Before we get started with today's video, I have an announcement to make. After years of telling other people's stories, I finally released one of my own. My novel Eternal Reign is available now in both ebook and paperback format for those of you who are like me and prefer to collect physical media. You can grab a copy right now on Amazon through the link in the description of this video. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Getting to the Black Castle isn't all that difficult for Dart and his crew, but the city around it is filled with Sandoran soldiers, meaning it won't be easy to get inside, especially since the knights are quick to round up anyone that acts even slightly suspicious. Fortunately, in a city that's controlled by a tyrannical army, there will always be people who are willing to rebel, and Dart's crew comes across Popo, a member of the new Serdio party. Once Albert introduces himself as the king of Basil, something that really isn't a smart thing to spread around in a place where pretty much everyone is his enemy, Popo gets really excited because his people have been waiting for King Albert to come and free their city. He did expect the king to bring a slightly bigger strike force, but since you're all confident that you can do the job, he shows you a secret path into the Black Castle. The castle is full of soldiers as well as scientists working on some very odd experiments that once they make them work will put an end to all wars. But since they're studying dragons, they probably mean they'll end them by making their side too dangerous to challenge. But since they haven't really gotten much of their work to a stage that matters, cutting them all down isn't worth getting spotted early, so Dart and his team leave them alone. While sneaking through the place, they come face to face with the soldier who had led the attack on Celeste that had been done for the sole purpose of taking Shauna. Everyone was expecting a fight when they saw the man, especially since he was responsible for killing so many of Dart's people. But it turns out he actually wasn't. Frugal's own personal soldiers had done that because the man who had been initially given the mission refused to let his men cause mayhem for no reason. The commander isn't trying to get mercy from Dart since regardless of who ordered it, his people still destroyed the village. All he wants is for Dart to make sure that he kills Emperor Dole. The Emperor changed after he met Lloyd and he hasn't been leading the nation the way he had in the past. Even if it means Sandora will lose the war, he wants Dart's people to put the Emperor down. And to prove that he's serious, he gives Dart the key to the Emperor's private chambers. Those chambers are guarded by the Giganto Congo, who wants his rematch with Dart and the crew since he lost to them back in Hoax. And this time he's fully geared up. While he's strong, he still can't take a whole squad of Dragoons, and he gets beaten for a second time. Since his honor is gone now after that loss, he wants Dart to finish him off, something that Rose is perfectly fine with doing, but Dart stops her. She's pretty sure that will come back to bite the entire group in the future, but since she agreed to follow Dart's lead, she lets it go, and they head off to face Albert's uncle, the Emperor. The fact that the man killed his own brother is a pretty clear sign that he won't hesitate to kill his nephew, especially since he thinks Albert is just as much of an incompetent leader as his brother had been. Once he's finished with his work, he's pretty sure that he can build a better nation. Dart doesn't care about any of the political nonsense, he just wants to know why Dole kidnapped Shauna. That was actually all Lloyd's doing. It had something to do with getting the girl before the moon that never sets starts to get bigger. But Lloyd's not the one giving the orders either. Emperor Diaz wanted the girl, but since Diaz died thousands of years ago in the Dragon campaign, Rose is pretty sure Dole is talking nonsense. Whether they believe him or not is irrelevant since he plans on killing them. And since he's also a Dragoon, because of course he is, that's a very real possibility. He loses the fight, however, and because villains seem to get really talkative during their last moments of life, he tells Dart and the others that they need to hunt down Lloyd. He's gone to the country of Tibaroa in the west, and he'll be able to give them the answers that they're looking for if they can manage to beat them out of him. With Dole dead, the war in Serdio is over, which means the next stop is Tibaroa. Hasher was going to get back to his hunt for his daughter, but the Dragoon spirit that Dole was using chooses him to be the next Dragoon, meaning his part in this story isn't over yet either. So the group makes its way to Tibaroa to hunt down Lloyd and finally get some answers. And that's where we're going to stop for today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Donate to the channel if you can, and I'll see you all next time.